Hit me!
Episode 318.
You've got to throw some cold water on this situation. Start talking about nerd stuff.
You know, nerd culture is mainstream now, so when you use the word nerd derogatorily, it means you're the one that's out of the zeitgeist.
System activate.
This is NetHeads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker. It's a tech podcast. But we are a ton cooler than your typical geek.
You guys rock.
And now, here's Will and Trent.
Woo! I had a momentary heartbeat panic because I'm
Why?
like, wait a second, did I just play the intro that's only my name on it? Just really quick.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That'd have been a little awkward. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NetHeads. My name is Will.
And I'm Trent.
If you want to take part in the program, you can. One of many ways. One of them, Twitter. Trent, tell them how to do that.
Oh my gosh. So easy. Just use the hashtag NetHeads, or as the layman calls it, NetHeads.
Ah, very good.
And we can chat back at you, whether it be now, tomorrow, or in 40 days. We'll see it eventually.
Somebody was paying attention to the pre-show notes.
yes,
Welcome,
I
everybody.
was.
Yes, today is, technically speaking, 106th day of quarantine for me. Our last show was on day 66. Obviously, lots of fun, interesting things going on in the world. So much so that my current tone and energy level feel all kinds of wrong, but I'm going with it anyway, Trent.
Right. Yeah.
I'm starting to think maybe I should build a soundboard just for those times when you're like, well, I'm just not feeling it.
Carl's Jr. is my favorite.
I love it when you do that. We might try to take your call via Skype. NetHeads on air via Skype as we get into it, if we see it. It all depends if it still has the setting of the really loud, annoying ring that never makes it to the podcast, but always makes it to the different video sources. So hello, YouTube. Hello, people on
Twitch?
Twitter. No, not Twitch. People of Twitter and
Twitter.
and the folks on Facebook. Hello,
Yes.
y'all. Because we have technically our channel has a partnership agreement with Twitch. Technically,
Oh, right.
we can't be concurrent, if you will. You know what I
Sure.
mean? So
Yep, I do.
what happens on Twitch stays on Twitch, and then it can port over, I think, like after a certain moratorium.
Yeah.
Unless you've got names much bigger than ours. But, Trent, I will
Right.
say that of all the things that nobody should watch, how about an almost 15-year-old with a PS4 remote hooked up to his computer playing Jay and Silent Bob's Mall Brawl?
Oh, dude, how is it?
I wouldn't know yet. I haven't done it. I'm going in raw.
On the Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea.
Okay,
I just got to get
okay.
I just got to get the motivation because it's Trent. It's all these young kids. What am I? I got no
I
business.
know. I
I'm-
know, dude.
I'm
Tell
putting-
me about it.
I'm putting myself out there if I do that. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, at least it's not like you're not put into like a Call of Duty server right off the bat type situation where everyone's just telling you how much your mom sucks. When what they really mean is you're not playing very well,
yeah.
but that's the route they go, right?
It's nice to know that everything in that world is exactly the way I always imagined it is because
Oh yeah.
I will not, I think streaming live and playing a game is probably the closest I will come to actually having an active headset experience with a video game while I'm playing it. I'm not willing to go into that realm. So, but yes, that is one of the things that I have planned to do, if for no reason, just to do it. But with everything going on, sometimes you feel like doing something, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. These things happen. We move on. Trent, what the hell's going on with you, man?
You know what? I'm gainfully employed since last we spoke.
Oh, well, amazing what can happen
Yeah.
in 40 days.
Yeah. I am working in media production at Utah State University, so I'm back at the university, and I cannot tell you, it's been almost a month, and it has been just a breath of fresh air from the last time I worked at the university proper. I was working at an organization housed at the university, but aside from it, we don't need to get into that. But what I can say is it's really cool because now my job is helping professors and teachers and researchers, instructors put curriculum and content online in video form, right? So this morning I spent 4 hours going through this greenhouse that's divided into 4 different sections, and one part is like a desert biome, one part was like a prairie biome, and then there was another one that was a tropical rainforest biome. And you walk inside and it's like walking into the Amazon, man. It was crazy balls.
Dude, are you sure you got a job, or have you just been watching that Biosphere documentary on Netflix?
Wait, there's a documentary about the biosphere from the 90s?
Yeah, I think I don't know what service. It might be on Hulu. It's on one of them. Fuck it, look it up. What am I, your TV guide of the internet?
Because I loved me some Baldwin brother that no one remembers and Pauly Shore's Biodome back in the day.
Yeah, exactly, which was based on the biosphere because naturally, everybody said, hey, there's a Trent, you do what I do for a living now, Godspeed. That's from Eric. Welcome. Hi, welcome.
Oh, nice.
I just said welcome. Thank you. And I'm holding a pencil because it's easier to press the button, so now I look like I'm pulling a Letterman. Well, that sounds amazing and fun, and it's very handy. I was just sorry I had to go on the biosphere tangent, but yeah, it was special on there. And one of the things I never knew, especially now that we've lived through the modern era the way we have, Trent, like that whole biosphere project at one point gets pulled from the founders and then gets headed up by, I'm going to switch over so we can watch your face, none other than Mr. name you may be familiar with, Steve Bannon.
Wait, what?
I know. Sorry to bury the lead there, guys, or sorry to spoil the ending, but it's like public record.
Breitbart fame?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what a wacky. I think he's one of the things we'd also find is he's also a movie producer, I believe. And if it's on Biotome, I'm gonna die laughing.
Anyone throws enough money at something, they can get tagged on as at least an executive producer.
Yeah. So that sounds
That's
really
the guy
cool.
who's never thrown any money at a movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a fun and exciting job, though, and it sounds like something that's very beneficial for everything that's going on in the world right now.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It's got great job security. We've got more work than we can do. And it's been very interesting because they still want us to work from home as much as possible, which is, not the easiest thing to do when you have to go and shoot.
Yeah.
And then like you working with other people in edits. So you want to try and log all together, but you can't just upload it to our server because that takes years unless you're on the university's network anyway. So it's been cool. It's been fun. It's awesome to be jazzed about work again.
Oh, that's nice, man. Well, you know what they say.
Yeah.
If you love what you do, you never work a day of your life, right?
I think only trust fund people say that.
Which I don't necessarily think so, because like the one person I would attribute to that, this actually came up in the car with my kid, because she's talking about the things that she's thinking about doing for college and what her eventual career would be. And I said that very same thing. And I said, you know what, I think the person I heard that from, like lately in a great context, is Kevin Smith. Because
I knew where that was going.
Yeah, he never in any way, shape, or form regrets the life he leads, or like taking the movies on the road or everything else, because his job is just being Kevin Smith. Let's face it, even if you go and you see him on a movie set as a director, he's still getting to play that Kevin Smith. Thanks, Emmy, I appreciate it. Daughter just brought me something.
Or if you're tuning in on TBS Tuesday nights, you get to see Kevin Smith playing that Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he is Kevin Smith in Actually, we are. I just realized we're counter programming the boss. What a dumb move.
Is it Tuesday nights? That was a total guess.
Yeah, right now, East Coast. It's 10 o'clock on whatever time zone you're in, except for whatever games happen in the Central and Mountain area.
Right.
10 p.m. On Tuesdays, it's Celebrity Show Off, and they are creating. This is actually based on, I think, a Korean show. And so people are creating programming, just from their homes and just what they could do. And I think last week, two of the ones that seem to have done the best, at least via social media, would be the ones that were Kevin's and one by Jason Mraz. So sorry about that. That was my phone. Anyway, Jason Mraz had this really amazing video that I'm not sure there were enough drugs really to follow along with. And that seemed to be most popular, and Kevin. So, I think right after the show, TBS on social media dropped episode 2. So I would anticipate that very soon you'd be able to see episode 3. So it's an interesting experience. But if you are enjoying it, you got to remember to watch the TV show, which, we're counter programming, way to go. That's my point about that.
But that's why this is great as a podcast, so you can come back and listen to it later.
Which the majority of people do. And I don't blame
exactly.
But
go ahead. Our infrequent scheduling of releases is not conducive to live listeners.
We're just rocking the BBC schedule. We're going, on
3 episodes a year.
Whenever the hell we decide, or there's an open time slot. Anyway, welcome. By the way, about to hand off to Nooner. Enjoy Nooner, everybody. If you're listening. I think it's a neat experience, especially given that they found a way to work everyone in with his idea, because literally Harley's boyfriend Austin has been sheltering in place with them, and so now they found a way to make it fun.
So this was my question, right? Because at least the videos that I've seen, does Austin have an acting background?
Yeah, he's an actor. I think he's Stories You Tell in the Dark or something. Sorry, I'm horrible with movie titles.
Okay.
But yeah, he's an actor. He was in a Super Bowl Walmart ad as well, as one of the people that bring out groceries. And those are just the things I immediately note of. ZB saying on the face or on the YouTubes, Will, if you lost weight, you're looking like Professor X. I'll take that over the other recent online comparison I got, which still was hard to work as an insult, which was Wilson Fisk, a.k.a. Kingpin from the Netflix series.
No, you're definitely, because he put on a lot of weight. I don't know if that was for the film or if it was makeup or whatever. You are definitely smaller than Wilson Fisk.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not an accurate representation of the girth of the Kingpin in the 616 universe.
Yeah, but it's Vincent D'Onofrio, so I don't care. I'll take whatever I can get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
ZB says, yeah, Fisk tracks too. Also, he pointed out to you being an eternal nerd, I believe. I'm not sure. I think it was you. I hope it was you. I could be deflecting. But have you seen any of the son-in-laws? Lockdowns?
Son in lockdown? No, because I don't have the cable.
You don't need it, man. Go on the YouTube channel. You got to get your head out of your ass doing all this work and earning money, Trent.
Why am I living in 2018, Trent? Things are simulcast.
I didn't think of it that way. But yeah, you can, on the TBS website, you can see 1 and 2 of just Kevin's segment, right? But you watch the show, you support the show, you see everyone's segments in the way that, they intended to present it. It's a really cool idea. And then they're doing all this, and it's also for charity. So, whoever, the longer you're in, the more money you earn for your chosen charity. So it's not just, everybody, 25% unemployment and the rich just get richer. Hey, not that.
Yeah. Now, episodes, are they traditional 24-minute length, or are they micro-sized and then they throw a bunch of the pilots in together?
Bro,
Okay.
why are you calling me out for not having watched
Sorry.
the show yet?
Sorry.
Because
Because you don't have cable either, right, Will?
Yeah. That tracks. Yeah. I've been too busy. Anyway, I set it up on the DVR, but
Yeah.
look, the wife and I have been binging Lucifer, okay? So every time I'm watching TV,
Shit, dude, Lucifer's so good.
I really wish I had seen all of the episodes that I had watched before this year's big Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event, because
which I haven't caught up on all the does he factor into this? Okay, well, fair enough.
Wow, I'm just batting 1,000.
Okay.
Let me tell you about the Biosphere documentary.
Between the two of us, we are just crushing it, as the kids say.
It's just look, how many months ago was that now? I think it was 4 years at this point, the way it feels.
Sure. Yeah.
As I have been telling people, it adjusts from time to time, but it's like, man, last Monday was one hell of a year. That's how it feels some days, at least for me. But yeah, I've got it on the DVR, but we've been watching Lucifer, and I've been enjoying it, except there was something about the third season where it got a little like, I don't know, like the writer's room of Bones had been relocated in there a little bit. Just the whole vibe of the show was off, but I'm really impressed with what I've been getting out of the first official Netflix season of season 4.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think if I've watched that one or not.
Yeah,
when did it come out?
It was, I think, this time last year.
I probably have seen it then.
But also in August, the 5th season is coming out, which Netflix said would be the last. And I don't know if you heard the announcement, but the devil made them do it. They've actually greenlit a 6th season as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, now is when like Netflix needs to see the success of this and then pick back up Constantine, man. The best to date outside of premium, cable stuff like Preacher. To date, I think the best superhero adaptation on the small screen, without a doubt.
Yeah. I mean, I first of all, I sort of regret in many ways right now that I'm still behind on why can't Legends of Tomorrow? I really am deeply bummed out that I'm behind on that, because they integrated Constantine so well into there. You know what I mean?
The last episode I saw of them, I think they had just gone back to Earth after kind of screwing things up in the timeline pretty badly. So I'm maybe a season behind.
Oh, you're a few behind. But
damn it.
I mean, I don't mean to throw it down and be all like, because that's also, we're in binge culture now, Trent. You may have actually watched far more and don't understand where you are in the timeline.
Right.
But yeah, what they've done with Lucifer is great. I love the way the character is presented. Tom Ellis must love going to work every single goddamn day.
Right?
But the other thing too that I noticed, like season 1 had more grit. Season 2 was kind of between jaunty and gritty. And then season 3 just seemed to go more of the witty over the gritty. But I loved, there was a really defining moment in the first season that I just loved, when he's in with Linda, the therapist. And he just leans in and he's
best
like,
relationship ever.
Right? And he says, look, I never tempted anyone to do anything. I get blamed for everything that you guys decide to do wrong, but I never asked anyone to do anything. And at that moment, I really connected with the character, because it was like, no, this isn't quote unquote the devil. Right. You're now thinking of this just as an individual who has been cast into a specific role and interpreted a certain way.
Yep.
And imagine that's not you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I know. It's funny because the first season I felt was the truest to Lucifer of the Sandman universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that, and then after that you got a little gosh, I don't even. You
started getting bonesy.
But
there's no other way to put it.
Yeah. It straight up became procedural, and then the demonic stuff and the godhood stuff all took like that was the B or C story sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you're totally right. It was all Bones or Castle or insert procedural show here.
Yeah, it officially got to the
You're
point.
right. You're right.
It got to the point in the 3rd season for me where my wife doesn't like watching it with me because I'm just like, it's that person.
Yep,
We're
right
at
off the
about
bat.
that moment. It's this person, or it was the very first person all along. You got always those two factors
Yep.
are the ones in play.
Yep.
But really enjoying it. So that's why I haven't. Long way of
Good.
saying why I haven't
It's
watched
good.
Celebrity Show Off on TBS.
It's good.
Oh, also, Trent, a new addition in the last 40 days to the studio, which I absolutely adore. And you don't have the benefit of it, but because we have the Vector Cam set up, I can show a really good shot of this. Now, of course, Trent, being in Utah, home
Yes.
of red-blooded Americans, which means
Americans.
housewives staying at home looking to make a buck off of multi-level marketing.
Oh, you selling some doTERRA? Maybe
No.
some essential oils?
This would be Scentsy, the Scentsy variant.
Okay, sure, yeah.
You know, it's a wax warmer, and I hate to say these words out loud, but I did a TikTok about it. And the cool thing about this is, as you can see, it's a bust of Darth Vader starting from his chest plate up. In the top of his helmet lifts off, and inside there is the warming cup. And the great thing about that is, in the bottom of the warming cup, Trent, guess what it is?
Hot wax?
Now, under the hot wax, printed on the
Oh.
bowl is a picture. What is the picture? Just make a guess.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
It's the Death Star.
Ah, okay.
Now, wait. It gets even better. There's one more level. Oh, I get so giddy about this. As you can see, there's red lights from behind him. You can't really make out all 3 of them in this angle, but it's 3 TIE fighters in the attack formation.
Now, is this a Scentsy licensed product, or is this a mod that you made and then
Oh,
put
no.
around a Scentsy holder?
No, they paid the almighty Disney for this one. But
All right.
But Disney said, "Hey, this is an excellent opportunity to just print money make hay while the sun shines."
yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
But look, for those of you that can't see, it's a bust of Darth Vader's head that basically shines little lights of TIE fighters behind it, and I just can't get enough of it at all. It just it's actually, that's not quite true. I'm in a very small space, so I do have to turn it off more often than not, because boy, oh boy, is that potent. But amazing. Fuck, there goes the endorsement deal. Hey, Brian Stoner dropping in. I have a Nightmare Before Christmas warmer in my room. There you go, see? Jack Skellington, another great character.
And I still rock the Bath and Body Works wallflowers because I can always get the cinnamon and pancakes flavor, and I change them all at the same time in the house, and so whenever anyone walks in, they always say, "Oh, your house, it smells like cookies."
So which is
better?
What's a wallflower from Bath and what is that?
It's just like a plug-in.
I'm sorry, this show is taking a turn that I just never saw coming. I have to say this now.
You remember Glade plugins?
Yes, I remember.
Plug it in. That great tagline, so good. Still stuck with me, right?
Right.
So it's basically this more or less the same thing, but it's like a liquid that you plug into your wall, and then it disperses over time.
I got it. I think we've had something like those around here. It's like a little oil bottle inverted in, so it's just whatever.
Exactly.
Oh, this is our scented dolphin kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And they're usually
case,
seasonal, but the cinnamon pancakes you can get year round.
Yeah, your breakfast scents are the ones that, or your baking scents tend to be season free, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
When you say this one, I don't even remember what it is, but it has got a marshmallow impact to it that is just hitting different, I guess is the best way to put it. But how could I not have that bad boy lit while we're, broadcasting to nobody on the internet?
I know.
Right?
I know. Though, if you didn't see the bust, it would kind of look like butter.
Yes, exactly. It most definitely would. I can't remember what my wife was saying. Why is it that was, or one of my kids? I can't remember who it was, but they asked why it was putting H's on the wall, and it's like
yeah.
No, it's TIE fighters.
It's you're like, okay, stop what you're doing. Time to watch episode 4, everyone. Sit down.
By the way, we also got to give ZB credit. He did point out that apparently in the nifty little lower thirds that I created, the little title thingies, I do call myself Eternal Nerd in there. And I don't even remember what yours is. And they rotate through all of them, so it's not like you're always looking at the same one. Tweet along with us, hashtag NetHeads. See, that's the one up on yours right now.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
that's fun.
It's jaunty. Yeah, thanks for looking at the video, man. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to stay engaged here because it's the end of the day, and that ADHD medication tends to wear off, man. I'm every which way loose, man. I'll tell you what.
I can respect that. I can completely respect that. So what else has gone? Sorry, I didn't expect to talk about warmers so long, but good to hear about your wallflowers.
Oh yeah.
I thought we were going to move into shower flower territory for a second. I was getting worried.
Oh, I did. I have a new addition to my studio. Dude, I don't know. You know how there's always like one thing you like to buy and like it's not a sane or reasonable purchase because you have something that already fulfills any function that you need. But you're like, this is a different take on what I already have. I want to try it out.
I'm intrigued.
Prices have gone super low, and not sponsoring us, Newegg. Newegg.com has had this big sale going on. I was able to pick one up for like $30. This is the Tascam Mini Studio right here.
Ooh.
It's a XLR to USB interface. It's bare bones as far as like podcasting goes, or as far as like just an interface goes, but it has a couple of really cool features. The one fun one is this button right here that says on air. If I
can't hear you, dude. I can't hear you.
But when I'm on air, you can hear me.
I see what you did there. You clever son of a gun, you.
And I haven't programmed any in yet. These are just the stock ones that come with it. But let's say if we were doing a game show and you got the answer wrong, if I push this button, you get the no button.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear it this time?
No.
Huh. Anyway.
It was $30.
Yeah. $30.
Oh,
it's
man.
Fun. It's been discontinued, so you can pick them up really cheap right now online.
Very good.
That's what I'm talking on today.
Cool. Well, that's it. Thank God it's at least still using the microphone for you. But honestly speaking, if it's not running through, it may be because you went like on air, off air. Like while I'm rambling, if you were to take yourself off air and back on air,
right, yeah,
then maybe it would like reset it, and then you could hit a button and creep me out or something.
Yeah, we don't know.
You're like, I'm not willing to roll them dice, Will.
We don't have this. We don't have the science to figure this out yet.
Also, for today's video, we're doing something different. We're actually using Google's Meet program.
I noticed that, and I like it.
Well, the thing I like is that I can also, because, your video is also important because for some reason we insist on doing a podcast via video.
Sure.
Just like doing radio on TV.
Yeah.
I can actually, in their product, I can set my sends at a certain speed, and I can set you, hey, Dave Pleninger, I can set your receive speed up. So I told it I want to receive you in up to 728 or 720p is what I'm looking for. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here mesmerized talking to you, forgetting to switch over to my angle. I'm here too,
and I'm just like, what?
Oh, I also
They're just looking at me being quiet.
You're marked as co-host / beard enthusiast. That's clever.
That I am.
I think I may have even asked you. I hope that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we got that out of the way now. Anyway.
And when you say beard, what you really mean is I like to pretend that I am married to someone of the opposite sex for social reasons, so that they can keep up appearances.
No, I meant all the brown shit growing out of your face.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's really cool. completely derailed me. But that's even if it's discontinued, that doesn't mean it's a bad product. And it's also like that's one of the things people are always looking for is a bigger and better way to integrate your microphone into your computer via like a USB, which is an interesting but unplanned tangent because I've been able to test out something that's been pretty goddamn clever as well. It's this iRig Stream device here. Now, you may notice it's got a level knob here, but let me tell you what it really does. You can take any particular input, like via RCA, if you want to split it that way. It gets even more technical. I won't bore you with it. But then you can attach one of two attachments on there. You could put the iPhone lightning cable on there, or you could do the USB 3 or C, whatever the round one is. So it could go into an Android phone.
Yeah.
The whole point is you can take a mixed signal and run it into here, and then it is detected as a resident microphone on whatever device that you're broadcasting to. So let's say you need a redundant audio stream of something, but something went haywire. Now you can grab your output and you could stream the audio right out. Or like one of the ways they sell it is if you're using your iPhone to try and put together a video, but you also want to mix over yourself, it would allow you to also run headphones into this headphone jack, but also a microphone. So like the 3-pronged one.
Okay, that's what I was just going to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that you could then run it out. So you could also then be using your phone as additional audio source, whether it be for music into a mixer or anything along those lines.
No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, if you use the output that it also has.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Loopback feature. It's really neat. So far, I haven't really found a practical use for it, but I've tested it out to use it as an alternative audio input.
You take it to a live recording, and there is no doubt in my mind that you'll be like, oh, this is the perfect thing for that right now.
Oh, God, yeah. Can you imagine? It's like, okay, I'm going to have I'm going to have the good old Zoom H6 that'll run your audio out of, and can I also just get a stereo mix out? And then
they're like,
bam, into the phone as a memo. Yeah, of course, because they're like, "What is this? Get out of here with your Radio Shack bullshit."
Yeah, but seriously, how many times like you go to set up like a live show or whatever, and there's like, you're like, God, I have that piece at home. I've never needed it before, and you don't have it. What? This is come on. And you end up yelling at the sound guy in the house, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm just here for free meal. Piss off, dick."
I'm just supposed to get my lunch. What the fuck is with you, man? Come on.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Just let me get my crappy hamburger and get out of here. I was supposed to hit the power switch, and that was it. I was told there wasn't going to be any of this bull crap.
Yeah. I didn't see no fucking rider.
James Smith also shouting out, "You guys rock." Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's a really nifty device, though. I mean, it's also great, like, if you were to use it as a backup as well for just like a single video shoot of something for any live streaming. I mean, there's a lot of uses.
Yeah.
I've actually found one, but I didn't want to say it out loud. It's embarrassing.
Okay.
But really cool product. Speaking of cool products, Trent, because my gosh, how is that this tech podcast is actually being technical?
Yeah.
There is two bits of interesting news to come out of Apple this week. And I find the first one really interesting because they said it has been years in development.
Is it a $500 stand for their computer instead of a $1,000 stand for their computer?
No, everybody else has 3D printed those. It's been no big deal.
Okay.
No, they're coming out with two things. One, they're finally getting sleep technology, sleep sensing tech into the Apple Watch. But more importantly, if you opt in, the watch will automatically detect when you begin washing your hands, and it will then use the taptic response to tap on you a countdown to make sure you're getting in the CDC recommended 20 seconds of hand washing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I thought that was interesting too, because they were like years in development. Actually, honestly, the part that caught me is when it detects that you're washing your hands. But what if some other type of water running activity is going on? The last thing I want is a taptic response on my wrist, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, and the conspiracy theorist in me is like, oh, yeah. And then they sell that information to your insurance provider, and then your insurance provider runs that data against how often you've been sick, and then they start denying you claims because you're not taking care of yourself.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Man, I need a good thing I don't have cable news.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, long beard, red hat. You're kind of fitting it. You're in Utah, by the way.
I know.
If we can bring it down for just a second. Oh, the other quote unquote new development is that they're going to switch to their own ARM processors for their MacBooks. So that may be me signing off for MacBooks, everybody. Good night.
Wait, they're not gonna use like an Intel processor anymore?
Nope. Yeah.
Cost saving, I'm guessing.
You know, probably, because I'm sure there's a licensing thing that also goes on when you're using the Intel processors, and you know they've got more money than God, so what do they care?
Yeah,
but it's a big bummer, I think, for a lot of people that like Macs, because it's the last thing they've been able to hold on to, because they could run boot camp and have a PC and code for double environments.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big bummer, and I don't know how much. I mean, especially when I look at, oh, well, what if I wanted something that was comparable to this Mac as it stands right now, and you slip into PC world, and it's like, oh, it's a $700 laptop instead of $2,300.
That never freezes on me. Weird.
By the way, James Smith says, let's talk about moon landings now, too.
Sure, show me one that happened, and we will.
Oh, salvo fired.
It's funny that you bring that up, though, because my department, it's a small department, but they're very keen on making sure we're all working in the same workflow, so that in case someone ever needs to go back and grab those files that you're working on or repurpose anything, they can do so. And boy, they sure do like the Final Cut Pro.
Not a fan, huh?
Not a fan. Not a fan. No.
Fair enough. I don't blame you. I'm an Adobe Premiere Pro myself, and
dude, I look. It's industry standard for a reason, and honestly, whether you like it or not, it interfaces with everything else that you have to use.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like if you want to do good audio, you got to master it in Audition, right?
It's funny you mention that. I go
when it
through
comes
that
to
a lot.
graphics, like come on, like I can plug this InDesign or this Illustrator file in super fast. It recognizes it just fine, merges the layers in, it's done. But instead you have to render it and then place it into anyway. It's a hiccup. It's a long hiccup.
Well, let's put it, you know, I think the writing for me has been on the wall for a while because, for example, as my work and the things I do have transitioned, I will begrudgingly use my MacBook to process video or audio so I can be out with the family. I will voluntarily, for optimated use of my time, sit down at my, thank you for the offer, Brian, but my current beast of a PC already, using those programs, because more often than not, I am doing exactly that. If I'm doing something with video, I'm also optimizing the audio. As a matter of fact, there was something I can't talk about that I worked on recently where I actually produced audibly a better end product than they may have.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and the reason why is because I walk between both worlds. You know, I cut my teeth in audio, and it's very important to me.
Yes. It's funny, dude. Like, I really think one of the reasons I was hired of all the candidates is my affinity for audio, because that's a realm that no one in the team has like a big background in. And so like one of my first chores now is rebuilding their audio recording studio.
Yeah. Because, you know, the average video guy, he's going to come in, he's going to roll up, somebody's going to mic him, and then he's going to, okay, yeah, we got levels, and that's it. They're not going to, they don't care about gain, they don't care about room noise.
Yeah. And that's what's so funny, because like they're doing some amazing stuff with shooting raw video. You know, like you take a raw photo using that same non-compression, and then putting a LUTs on it so that you can get really cool colors, and there's a ton of options in color correction, and that is completely foreign to me. But when I'm asking them like, like what kind of compression are you guys doing on these levels so that they're not peaking all the time, and they just kind of look at me like,
Huh?
I don't know.
Huh?
So yeah, anyway, so if you are listening and podcasting was your foray into like creation editing, it's, for me so far, it's been a pretty good background.
Yeah. And there's what it all boils down to is if something can't be listenable, nobody's going to really fully enjoy it. I mean, like, in this day and age, you can tell a poorly mixed movie when the music overpowers some things, or you got a lot of dynamics.
Yep.
Dave Pleninger asking, Will, are you getting younger? You look marvelous, sir. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. And also Perplex Damage saying, I'm bored on vacation at Casey Harris Casino, all masks. Ooh. Hey, speaking of masks, Trent, just for a quick second, we can come back to that if you want. But
by all means.
First of all, I think the best way to put it is I've never been a cosplayer, but I've always paid attention to detail from my Halloween costumes.
Yes.
Which led to an irritated mom saying, basically, F it, you do it yourself. So I have a sewing machine. I went a little with the world that we're living in. I learned a long time. I figured a little while ago, not a long time ago. I did learn how to use a sewing machine a long time ago, but that's not really the crux of the story here. I figured the writing was pretty much on the wall. If just 2 weeks back, I decided, okay, well, you know what? I want to have a large number of masks on hand that I can keep washing and reusing.
Yep.
And so I looked for alternative things to use as ear bands, and every single old T-shirt that is got no reason to exist anymore makes a great liner. And I thought I was doing something really splurgy. God, this sounds so dorky. Because I bought a custom printed piece of fabric that has a really cool space kind of topography on it, if you will. It looks like a big galaxy. And I paid for 1 yard, and it was like, I got it, and then there was a sticker, good news, you got the end of the bolt, which apparently means you get twice as much shit for the same amount of money.
For the same price. Yep.
This I didn't know either. Anyway, the whole point is now I have almost 2 yards of this material.
Oh, nice.
To make face masks from.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I hope everyone really takes it seriously. This is, you've heard a lot of things about people not having an ability to breathe. They're worried about their oxygen levels and everything else. This is 100% cotton. And I honestly have just experimented sitting here while I was working, wearing this thing for like an hour, 2 hours. Never even noticed a goddamn thing. So this is just me spending a little moment, one, to say, look how freaking cool this is, and if you want one, I'll make one and send it to you. But also, just wear a fucking mask, people.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. With the beard. So on campus,
yeah, that's right.
It's definitely mandatory. And for good reason. I can't think of a place that could be a larger cesspool of incubatory viruses than, like a college campus.
Mm-hmm.
But what I found with conventional masks and the beard doesn't work so well. So I'm just like Juanito Bandito the whole time, man. I've got like the bandana around the face going around everywhere. I stopped using full on black because I thought people might find that a little intimidating. Like I was there to stick them up.
So
I'm using like blue colors now. And the crypt population is very low in northern Utah, so I feel like I can be safe on campus with that.
You know what, Trent? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a special one for you, and here's what I'm going to do. Because, by the way, I've already gotten so far into this, I've modified the pattern that I found to do mine a different way to also minimize the number of stitches, but also reorient the straps. I'm going hog wild up in this bitch, Trent.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to make this mask, which, by the way, also has... I love what it does with my ears, because instantly it's like I'm the quiet dwarf.
Yeah.
Yes. No, not Yoda. Well, I guess it is a little Yoda.
A little Yoda.
But no, I was thinking more along the lines of Dopey of the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, I totally. Hey, don't be so quick to agree, pal. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
I'm not that keen on 1937 animation, but yeah, I vaguely remember Dopey.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I feel old. Anyway, we got to get you to Disneyland, God damn it. Some other year
Oh,
or
I
decade,
know,
but
dude. Yeah. Did you hear the news?
that they're delaying reopening. Yeah.
They are changing the Splash Mountain theme.
Oh yeah. Hold on a second. So anyway, I'm gonna make you one of these, but instead of coming in tight around here, it's gonna have an additional drop, so it just kind of
Yes.
rests on your face to address
That's what I need.
the beard. So it's
Beard
basically
issue, yeah.
it's just basically going to be a wraparound scarf made out of
Yeah.
this. Because
I like it.
yeah, because I want. Will you be my mask buddy, Trent?
Yes.
Thank you. Totally awesome. Let me get that thing
That's
off.
like Eskimo Brothers, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's also no, it's not like Eskimo Brothers at
No.
all.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Never mind.
It's also I also do have metal strips that are in the nose to get them shaped. See, look at that. Look at it holding that shape.
That is nice.
I think somebody put it
Like,
best.
Like seriously, the nose bridge is nice.
Yeah, because you can custom mold it right around your nose, and sometimes you can orient it just right to not fog up your glasses. But most importantly, too, is that it looks so cool. I don't understand why more nerdy people would fight this, because it gives almost every one of us a chance to pretend we're the Winter Soldier. So why not?
Oh, holy shit! I didn't even think about that. You're right.
Right? That's a very easy, probably modification to just have a simple print. Very easy. You just got to have black.
Yeah.
You also need like those buff things. I think David Pleninger just said those. Yeah, they're good. It's just basically like a tubular piece of material. A lot of people wear them in desert riding and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
That'd be good for you too, because of the beard. You gotta accommodate the beard, man. You gotta respect the beard.
It really does take precedence over most of my life. I no longer eat a hamburger without a fork and knife. I avoid
I avoid
cream.
fried chicken.
oh gosh, I can't even imagine.
If I'm on a date, I can't eat anything with a dressing or a sauce.
Oh gosh, no. I'll be and then if I mistakenly do eat any dairy product, I'm smelling it the rest of the day in the mustache.
Brian Stoner talking about the fog glassing at point 2. Yeah, man, I've never shared your facial hair pain. I'm sorry. I just
Yeah. If you're wearing glasses, it is. But what I found, and I don't know if this is for everyone, if I put
rolled up tissue.
I was gonna say if I put them on the inside of the bandana, it doesn't fog up as much. But if I put them on the outside, my glasses on the outside of the bandana, it does.
Look, everybody that wears glasses, you're all very familiar with the fact of having a usable, clean, oil-free rag on the ready to be able to clean your glasses at any moment, because right after you've just cleaned them, somehow splatterings of oil and dust have attracted their way onto your glasses. So you're used to this, right? We're used to glasses being a pain in the ass. So here's what you do. You go down to the CVS, the Walgreens, whatever, 5 and dime you got. 5 and dime. Who the hell is this guy? How old is he?
Zip it.
Yeah, man, 23 skidoo. Look,
That's what I was trying to say, but screwed it up.
you go to the drugstore or whatever, and you just get one of those pocket packages of Kleenex. It's already a pain in the ass for us to wear glasses, so just carry one of those. If you have to wear a mask, you pop out a Kleenex, you roll it up, get your mask on, and then tuck that under the bridge of your nose, and it creates a moisture barrier.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I just changed the world.
It's so simple though, because ski goggles have that as well.
Yep.
Built into it.
There you go.
To flow. That makes sense.
Yep. So that's all you got to do, man. There you go. The little look, we're helping people. Yeah, everything going on. It's always been mind-bending to me. Okay, that Splash Mountain is themed after characters from what has been the most racially insensitive Disney product ever. So much, it's not even in the Disney vault. It's been thrown 6 feet under the Disney crypt.
So
Yeah.
it's frozen with Walt's head.
Deeper than that, man. It's
So I had a conversation with a friend of mine who is, to say the least, a Disneyphile. This is a gentleman who grew up having season passes, even here in Utah,
Yeah.
and continues to have season passes with his current family.
I
He
know what you're talking about, but keep going.
married a cast member. He's like, he is as Disney fan as they come, and he was so stoked about this because Barry the lead. Splash Mountain will now be based around the Princess Frog.
The Princess and the Frog.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I have many times. Quite a flick, my friend. Let me just tell you.
He went off about what a great film it is, how it ties in perfectly because the New Orleans Square is just around the corner.
Yep.
And then he went even further and said, for anyone that says that and he used this term directly because he's already seen it in Disney blogs, Walt turning over in his grave, didn't know Walt at all, because he was all about innovation and change and staying up with the times and making sure like it was an inclusive environment.
Dude, if you have Disney Plus and you haven't watched the Imagineering story,
oh my gosh, dude,
that right there,
that's so good.
You know, racism aside, it really did show how, like, one of the things Walt really did put above everything else was the creative mind and the Imagineering accomplishments that they achieved. Yep. So, and like you said, I'm fully behind it because it is so. It ties in so well, both as something replacing what it's replacing, but like you said, Splash Mountain is in this weird, strange world right off of New Orleans Square and just adjacent to Critter Country. Yeah. So now, I didn't even think about the New Orleans Square thing. I was just like, that works just overall, but it's also an enjoyable story, and it makes a lot more sense than the terrifying tale that is unwinds as you go through Splash Mountain, which you've never been to, but I'm glad I could describe the experience for you.
Yeah. Anyway, so whenever I see Disney news, he's the one I hit up first, thinking that like, oh, this is going to be a controversy, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, full bore, this is awesome, this is great. Rejoice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm all for it, and I'm okay. You know, but then again, I'm not one of the people that got all shitty when they brought in Johnny Depp to the Pirates of the Caribbean, or they had the woman chasing the pirate around the table instead of the pirate chasing the woman around the table, and you know, instead of exemplifying the skinny woman for the sale, you know, now the you know, whatever. None of this ever bothered me. You know, I don't care. Look, most of the time I'm on Pirates of the Caribbean in that first part of Splash Mountain to get a break and take a nap. It's the only reason why you go through It's a Small World, my friend.
Sure. Yeah.
You're like, I don't care about that song because even though it's going to be on loop, I'm only going to hear the first iteration and probably the last frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Unless you're like the one guy who got
the paraplegic that got stuck for hours.
Poor guy.
Oh, God, I miss Hollywood Babylon.
Give him all the settlement money because he deserves it.
Oh, they're also, Brian Stoner saying they're also talking about pulling the Indians from the Peter Pan ride. I'm obsessed with Disneyland and I'm all for it. Okay, well, there you go. I keep forgetting we have chat feeds that we should be showing too. I keep forgetting that.
Oh, we like on the stream.
Yeah, like right there on the screen. It's part of the reason why your lower third is over on one side, is so that way the chat can be next to your head.
That's neat.
Yeah, isn't it nifty? People could see it right there. Yeah. But you know what? It's visually distracting. I say screw it. If you're not in the moment, forget about it. God damn it. Boy, that was a quick turn of events.
That went from like Zen to nationalist very quickly.
I am goddamn near terrified, Trent, about the transitions that are naturally occurring here. We are naturally segueing into some really weird shit. Because as you mentioned that, I'm gonna push something over to your screen for just a moment that I thought was interesting, because I am waiting to see if this particular story gains national attention or stays local. And I'm sorry to bring this up because if in any way I am skewing the results of my experiment here, But
sure.
this story happened that you haven't seen yet, but I'll read you the headline. Tampered road sign in Brentwood reads, "Don't stop for protesters, Trump 2020." And for you and the podcasters, Trent, I'll describe it. It is one of those large black signs with the yellow dots that they can type in any particular message. It was in an area where they're doing road construction, so I'm sure naturally it said some nice things to keep people nice and safe, and instead somebody broke in and tampered with it. So it said, "Don't stop for protesters," something derogatory about Democrats, and then Trump 2020. So I'm now very interested to find out if this will stay local or if it becomes one of those things, if you will.
Honestly, I don't see it making national news.
I hope not. Not like Utah recently.
Oh, which thing?
Oh, well, I think it may have been I think it may have been in between show 66 or day 66 and day 106, where you're like, hey, so it's great living in an area where you're like, we're number 3 in the country.
Yeah. And even in the microcosm that I'm in, per capita, we were number 1 for outbreaks. And it sucks even more so because it was an outbreak that took place at a meat processing plant, which is a nice way of saying slaughterhouse for beef, for cattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are workers who are earning for their families, couldn't afford to take time off, weren't really allowed. Like, if you leave, you don't have a job type thing. And they, like, the whole plant got infected. And it got so bad that, like, they didn't even have enough workers to process any of the cattle come in. And so they were turning trucks away that were fully loaded with cows. It's really, really sad. And it shows, like, the compounded problem now of these people who are in dire need. Friend of the show, Steve Kent, wrote an article about it in the newspaper. If you can Google it, it'll pop right up. But it's very sad. It involves like some deaths and stuff. And now, like, this is a population that already does not have ready access to healthcare, that need it more so than anyone you could think of. And there's no help for them established at all. And on top of it, now they're not earning anymore.
Friend of the show, Ryan Connolly, pointed out this also happened in Missouri.
Oh,
but
okay, yeah.
But I mean, let's put that into perspective. That wasn't just like that wasn't Salt Lake. I mean, that was literally like the Logan area, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's removed from Salt Lake. Utah in general, I think, is third in the nation for the rise in the current upticks, and we were one of the first to green light things and open back up again. So what does that show you?
I got a lot of opinions, but I don't really like to get too political. I just brought up the sign thing because I thought it was interesting. But, clearly the fish rots from the head. That's all I'll say.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that because, you know what? I won't. This whole thing has been mishandled from goddamn day one, and you can tell that it was just going to become a gigantic blame game the moment it was saying, no, it's up to the governors and the states, instead of something being performed at a national level by our federal government, making sure that they're doing everything they can in order to help protect people from the spread of this disease. And, I don't know what else to say.
That's great. It's a great failsafe if our federalist states were still as segregated, and I don't mean that in the Confederate sense, but distantly. If borders were as truly distant from each other as they were, 150 years ago, they aren't, and so you can't have like a wishy-washy state to state, county to county, health district to health district policy for a pandemic. The term pan meaning encompassing all. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's gonna go everywhere. But it's just The fact that all this is happening is just it's mind blowing, and the one thing that this never should have become was a political issue in any way, because it isn't about Republicans or Democrats. It's about people, just people, and this is supposed to be the United States of America. And not, the independent states of America supported by a federal government.
Right.
So anyway, that's the big bummer. But let's move on. So, guess sports ain't coming back. God damn it, that ain't right either. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. Sad.
But we got to end on a high note, Trent. We got to have
Giants out there in Candlestick again, man.
I don't think that's happening.
Are they still playing in Candlestick Park? Is that where they play?
No, it's I don't even remember the name of the stadium anymore. It used to be AT&T Stadium, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. Candlestick's where the Niners played.
yeah, it was. And
Yeah.
well, baseball used to happen out there too, I think. But then
Okay. No, AT&T. You're right. That's the one with the kayakers, right?
yeah. Except it's not. It became something else again. I can't keep up because
Yeah.
companies sponsor them and then they change names.
Here's a fun little ditty though for you. I got an email today, Will, as I'm a subscriber to the DC Universe app, which gives me comics and this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
For the duration of my current contract for the subscription, I can pick up, in addition, HBO Max for just $4.99 a month.
Really?
Which is regularly a $15 subscription a month. Because I'm a DCU subscriber, I can tack that on for just $5. So if you're a DCU subscriber, peep it out.
Okay. One more story and then we'll go.
Okay.
So I'm in the pool with the kids because lately, with me being UV ray paranoid or just being too lazy to put on sunscreen, I'm unclear which one, I've been encouraging the use of the solar cover a lot more and us going swimming in the evening and night, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And just down the street is a Dollar Tree, so I'll throw on my mask and I'll take a risk and I'll go down and I'll just buy like $10 worth of glow sticks, okay?
You can have a rave tonight.
No. These things sink in the pool, so they are great for like nighttime diving games.
Oh, sure.
Or, as Blair likes to describe it, playing fetch with daddy, basically.
Because is she throwing it for daddy?
Yes.
To go for-
Yes.
Okay.
But could
okay.
you? But I'd like to use an option and ask you to rephrase.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just throw it for daddy. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the other fun thing, though, Will.
Yeah.
Have you cut one open yet?
No, I don't want to do that because it's an ungodly mess. I've been in a room where that's happened because,
Okay.
we pointed out, boy, that stuff really shows up under a black light, at which point we said, oh, this is going to be fun to do to the hotel room.
I mean, this wasn't on your last family vacation, I'm hoping.
No, this was years ago at a trade show.
Good.
And I really hope nobody hits that room with a black light because, like, literally, when the liquid dries, you can barely detect it.
You're like, what the hell? It's
Bleach.
like a fire hose up in here.
Bleach. We need bleach.
Burn it down. Burn it down. Unclean.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. No, it's not. No, we don't do that. But we play with them. We use them for diving games and stuff. Anyway, so we've been spending a lot of time in the pool because we're quarantined and the weather's been freaking hot. So it's a perfect blend. And again, remember, I don't really have a high-end pool. It is an above-ground pool, modified in the ground a little bit. It's half white trash, half classy. Maybe, if I'm lucky. So we're in the pool and we're doing something and my daughter is trying to shoot a video and I'm like, oh, here, let me do it. I'm like, but be careful. If you drop your phone in the pool, I'm not going to replace it. 5 minutes later, I'm handling the phone. I'm taking the shot.
No.
Bloop. Now, it was an iPhone XS or something, right? Which is fine. Oh, wait, that's water resistant. But forgot at the time that in a way she couldn't even determine she had shattered the back of the phone. because they're glass for some reason.
Oh.
So I'm at the AT&T store getting her a replacement phone, and I discovered that because I have got this phone, or while I'm in there, they're like, hey, you know what? You're in a grandfathered data plan. We can actually give every one of you unlimited data and group insurance and save you, it looks like, about $40 a month here. And that's with the purchase of the new phone at 0% interest.
Oh.
Yeah. But guess what else also comes with it, because it's a brand new piece of AT&T unlimited data freshness.
Uh-oh.
HBO Max. I get it for free with my account.
Oh, because it's AT&T. That's right. Through the purchase.
So as soon as I finish with whatever, like Lucifer and Stargirl on the CW app, I'm going to be cashing in and starting that HBO Max subscription so I can finally see me some Doom Patrol.
Oh, dude, it is so... Oh, and the second season just came out. They just... the first, I think, 3 episodes are out.
Yeah, right? See?
Good.
Everything's coming up Millhouse, brother. I mean, granted, I had to get a new phone, but, it's just like, first of all...
And start a new... restart the contract time.
Yeah, but the real point here is if you've been in your data plan for a while, they say it's actually a good idea to go to the store once a year just to see where things stand and see if they can save you some money.
Yep. Yeah, in fact that happened to me just recently with Comcast. I ended up saving like $75 a month on my broadband data.
Yeah, I should probably call them, considering that's the only thing I pay them for now, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they did everything. It's really nice, really great. So I'll be able to check that out. Not to mention, because I have HBO Max, I can get rid of the HBO add-on on my Hulu now, because it's the Max HBO, so I still get John Oliver through that and all that jazz. Which, by the way, do you still watch John Oliver?
Well, I will be now.
Yeah, he had a. Sorry, everyone's all like, goddamn leftist. But he had a great bit, which it almost makes sense. Why didn't this happen? Because, look, there's no qualms about it. For some reason, the president seems to have an aversion to the concept of wearing masks. And John Oliver is like, I'm surprised you didn't make a bunch of red ones with Make America Great out of them and airdrop them all over the country, or sell them on your website. And just think about that. First of all, somebody's got to be pissed they didn't think of that with a bunch of MAGA.
I'm sure it's a thing by now.
Yeah, and what would have been such a great way to get people to wear it. Folks, it's simple, please. There's no other way to say it. I don't know what you believe or who you listen to, but just common sense, look at the numbers that they're saying, and even if this is an inevitability, in some people's views, delaying it as much as possible at all stages of the way is the most important thing amongst not getting it, which I'm trying feverishly not to do. What are things like there in Logan?
Oh yeah, no one wears a mask here at all. Yeah, like when I go to the grocery store, last Friday when I went, I counted, and it was Saturday. No, it was Saturday. It's like peak time at the supermarket. Aside from employees, there were 7 other people wearing masks in the store. So
there you go.
Here's what I thought of today, and I was just like, that actually, regardless of anything, right?
Yeah.
What's it hurt? Wearing a mask, what does it hurt?
That's the thing. Aside from the fact that I've been wearing corrective clear trays like Invisalign for 2 years just to walk around wearing a mask all the time. But that doesn't hurt. It's just inconveniently timed,
Yeah.
Really.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just, when everyone, at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't really hurt anyone.
No.
Just do it then.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Gains will always outweigh any inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly. And think of it this way: put on a mask, be a superhero. It's that simple, because it means you're doing everything you can to help others. Oh my gosh. Be a hero. Put on a mask.
I shared something from a comic book artist I follow the other day. He posted a picture. It said, he said, be a superhero, wear a mask. You'd have to be a Joker not to. And it had Batman with his mask. And then the Joker was like laughing, looking into the camera. Like it was fun, but at the same time, kind of like, yeah, the Joker wouldn't wear a mask.
Yeah, because he's a dick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He just wants to see.
I'm sorry, he wants to see what? I stomped on that one.
Oh, the world burn.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what he wants to do. Look at the size of a tangerine. Anyway, folks, we have definitely run the gambit, so thank you very much for spending some time with us. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for listening. I greatly appreciate it, as I hope and pray Trent does as well.
I do, Will.
There we go. Thank you for that endorsement and confirmation, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget. What?
I love Carl's Jr.
Okay, now I got a good clean one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the only drawback that I'm seeing between Meet and Hangouts is that it's not true duplex audio.
Right. Yep. There's a little bit back and forth.
Or I'm just too freaking loud. That's
always
a possibility. Anyway, folks, don't forget, one of the social medias has the link tree for all of the important links, but you go to netheadsonair.com for everything NetHeads related. As a center place, you can go to smodcast.com for NetHeads, Instagram for NetHeads on Air. Check us out, please. Greatly appreciate it. Leave a 5-star review. Click the link below. Smash that bell to get a notification, and any other online trope you can think of. Until next time, my name is Will.
And I'm Trent.
And Trent, I'm going to tell you, we'll be back soon.
This is NetHeads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker. Signing off.
I know, right? But stop being a little Nancy and deal with it.
NetHeads. We'll be back soon.
Goodbye.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.
You are literally the transition out of that close. It's always you dancing. Trent, 2 really quick things that we didn't talk about. First of all,
Hit me!
Well played. We're still giving away a Vector robot. We're waiting until basically we hit like 20,000 followers on TikTok, but also like we're trying to grow everything. So anyway, we're extending the giveaway. We're still giving away a Vector robot. If you want to find out how, go find Nethead WW on TikTok. The videos are there. Secondly, oh my gosh, this weekend was one of the most best experiences I've ever had. We got to test drive this new technology called Shindig for Kevin Smith's monthly Ask Me Anything for his Kevin Smith Club members. And
right, yeah.
Dude, this was one of the dopest products I've ever seen because I was able to sit in as an admin for this, and he was able to just sign in and get connected, and then we could just start posing questions or putting people up to a podium and letting them be face-to-face to ask a question. Like a well-managed Zoom call, but even better. We could play media clips.
Because there's nothing worse than like trying to manage a queue like that, right? It's usually just pure chaos.
Oh my gosh, dude, with this product, and if you want to find out more, go to shindig.com. I'm sure, we're not going to send him any business, but seriously, this was so cool because I was also able to act like the producer, and I could reach out and I could connect with people. I could make sure their camera was right, their audio was good. Like literally, there was a guy called Joe Chill on there, and I was sitting there with him, like just saying, "Nope, dude, I still can't hear you, but this is your moment to shine. So come on, let's do this." And it was an amazing product. So if you're not a member of that Kevin Smith Club, but you still want to see this Q&A, you can join, and you can still see what happened, and you can see how cool this was. And it's like a regular benefit now. And he enjoyed it so much, he's talking about doing it 2 times a month. So imagine an opportunity 2 times a month to ask a question to Kevin Smith. You could do that with this.
Dude. I mean, other like think of it. You're getting that Kevin Smith experience without having to like brave the crazy world we live in.
Yeah, not to mention that Kevin Smith Club has got all the entire back catalog of Kevin Smith podcasts. It's got unique video stuff, like, if you've been looking for Dogma, there's a really cool video on there that's like Jay and Silent Bob Meet God. You may want to check that out. And there's new content being added all the time, so it's definitely, he does Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he does this special Wake and Bake videos right there. I mean, so much cool stuff, and the cost is low. But best of all, at the higher tiers too, you get like one of the levels is a unique club pin, and I think you got to get subscribed by July 20th to get the first one. After that, gone. Disney vaulted with that racist movie. Or you can also get at another tier level, you get the pin and you get a mini script. This is an actual print of a real script used from one of his movies. Like it's its third draft or second draft or some draft of the original Clerks script, including notes and everything else. So it's got rewards too. I'm sorry to blow it up so big, but the AMA was so much fun. I want everybody to take advantage of it. I didn't mean for the tag to become a commercial, but screw it. I guess I'm a corporate I can't even say corporate shill. I'm sorry. Just play the sound, Will.